Today's a good day in Broncos country. As you can see, I'm wearing one of my two Pat Surtain uniforms. Well, I don't know if you can see. Well, you probably can with the twos on the shoulders, but I'm wearing one of the two Pat Surtain jerseys I have in honor of him finally getting his extension. And yeah, this is the old Color Rush uniform. I don't know if you can really tell yet. It's the old Color Rush uniform. I don't know if we're still wearing those, but that's not the point of today's video. Today's video, we are going to be talking about the extension that Pat Surtain signed, as well as we're going to be going over the captains for the Broncos for the 2024-25 NFL season. Remember, if you do enjoy this video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel, as the support is greatly appreciated. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible, so if you could help me reach my goal, that would mean the absolute world to me. And as always, before we get started, I just want to remind you that no matter who you are, Jesus loves you. And with that being said, let's go ahead, let's get started, and jump right into this video. So, starting up, we have Pat Surtain's extension. It is a 4-year extension worth $96 million, and Surtain gets $77.5 million guaranteed, making him the highest paid defensive back, not just corner, but defensive back, including corners and safeties, in NFL history, which is awesome for Pat Surtain. He definitely deserves it. He's a fan favorite. He's easily, as of right now, the Broncos' best player. But the thing that I love the most about this deal is, on paper, it's a 4-year extension, and I was kind of hoping, man, I hope we extend him for 6 years, 7 years, something like that, get a long-term extension. But it is essentially a long-term extension because Pat Surtain has 2 years left on his rookie deal. Of course, the 4th year and the 5th year, or I guess the 4th year for the normal rookie contract, plus the 5th year option that we picked up last season. He's got those 2 years left, and you're extending him another 4 years after that. So you're adding on those 4 years. So Pat Surtain will be with the Denver Broncos through the 2029 NFL season, and it's essentially a 6-year extension if you, I guess, add on the 2 final years that he has. I didn't know really how to phrase that, but at 24 years old, he sets the cornerback market, and there's a couple corners who need to get paid. Sauce Gardner, the most notable one that still needs to be paid next season when he's eligible to do that for the first time. But Surtain sets the cornerback market, and then when he is 28 years old, I guess, no, it's not going to be 20. I can't remember. But he'll have a chance to get another big payday at the end of this contract as well, at the end of the 2029 NFL season. Pat definitely deserves that. And as Broncos fans, we know he deserves this. He's been the best player on the team, and he's deciding to stick around through the 2029 NFL season. So, Pat, let's go. Let's hopefully get to the playoffs to get him some playoff success and some experience to play in that playoff atmosphere. But now, let's go ahead, let's look at the team captains, and the first team captain for the Denver Broncos is going to be Courtland Sutton. Now, I think this was fairly obvious. Based off what I can remember, I think Courtland Sutton is the second longest tenured player with the Broncos, because we look back to the 2017 draft, and obviously Garrett Bowles would be the longest tenured, I'd assume. Looking back to the 2016 draft class, I don't think anybody's still on the team from 2016. I don't know if anyone's on the team from 2015. I don't remember anybody from those draft classes. So I believe, and I could be wrong here, but I believe Garrett Bowles is the longest tenured, and Courtland Sutton is the second longest tenured. Courtland Sutton, based off of what I know, of course, we don't know what the locker room is like. We don't know how these players' relationships are off the field, but it seems like a lot of the players love Courtland Sutton and what he brings to the locker room and brings to the team. And so that's a big part of being a team captain, is you have to be a leader, you have to be well respected in the locker room, and I believe Courtland Sutton is both of those things. And he's going to be not only that, but he is going to help Bo Nix in his rookie season, help him settle in, help him have that number one target for a rookie quarterback, because sometimes on a rebuilding team, you bring in a rookie quarterback, they don't always have a number one receiver to throw to, and Cortland Sutton is that number one receiver for Bo Nix. Now, moving on to, or I guess speaking of longest tenured player, well, it's actually not going to be Garrett Bowles. And that might be a surprising to a lot of people, and it was kind of surprising to me too, but Quinn Miners is easily our best offensive lineman right now. He was extended earlier in the offseason, which good for him. Those were the two, we've extended the two big fish for the Broncos, in my opinion, in Surtain and Quinn Miners. We extended both of them 4 years, and yeah, both well-deserved, both needed an extension after this season, so we got them locked up. And Quinn Miners, he's just going to fire you up. You know, he gets you hyped. He's going to give 110% effort every single play. Very gritty player, and got to be a leader on that offensive line in order to be a captain and to beat out Garrett Bowles, who's the longest tenured player on the team. You gotta respect that. And so Quinn Miners, fantastic leader, our best offensive lineman, as I've said before. In my opinion, he's our best offensive lineman. So Quinn Miners gets his first year as a captain. And is this alluding to anything? And what I mean by that is Garrett Bowles is getting up there in age. He's in the final year of his contract. Does this mean the Broncos are looking to move in a different direction in terms of our left tackle next season? It very well could mean that. Now, that's not to say that maybe Bowles is signed to a 1-year deal, kind of a transition deal to get a potential rookie that we draft some experience and then kind of phased out. But Quinn Miners is younger, and that's kind of what the team is looking at doing, is getting younger, promoting the youth, playing the youth. So Quinn Miners is part of that youth movement, and he is another team captain for the Broncos. Bo Nix is a captain this season, and I think a big part of that is his experience in college football, right? Most starts in college football history with 61. So yeah, I mean, there's that experience there, but then you listen to all the interviews. Josh Reynolds did an interview recently, and when players are asked about Bo Nix, they just start raving about Bo Nix, how he's picked up the offense, how he is as a teammate, how he is as a leader. And so I don't think this is any shock that Bo Nix is a captain, as well as you want to give Bo Nix the most confidence you can entering his rookie season. And by naming him a captain, that's going to boost his confidence and hopefully help his development as our potential franchise quarterback, which I'm hoping for. But Bo Nix is a captain this season. He is the clear starter, in my opinion, and he's got the respect of most of his teammates, if not all of them. Great leader, has the college experience. So Bo Nix is one of the first, I think I saw a stat, Bo Nix is the first rookie captain since the 1960s. I think it's 1967 specifically. Don't quote me on that. But from what I saw, it was the 1960s. So good for Bo. He is a captain for this season. Next up, Pat Surtain is finally a captain. I've been expecting him to be a captain for the past few seasons. Of course, he wasn't one his rookie year in 2021, which, I was like, okay, yeah, that kind of makes sense. Then in 2022, after his breakout rookie year, I was like, okay, yeah, I could see him being a captain. He wasn't, and then I was expecting him to be one last year, and he wasn't. But Pat Surtain finally gets to wear the captain patch on his jersey, and this makes sense. He's the best player on defense. He is going to be the leader on that defense now with the departures of guys like Josie Jewell, Justin Simmons. A lot of leaders on that defense have left, and so Pat Surtain is stepping up in that role to be a leader, and so he gets to wear the captain patch for the first time to lead that defense. Then the second defensive captain is going to be Alex Singleton. The Broncos, we had 3 offensive captains, 2 defensive captains, and we have 1 special team captain. And the other guy is going to be Alex Singleton. I believe Singleton will be wearing the green dot on his helmet. He will be calling the defensive plays for the Broncos, and he's been a leader. He's a veteran. He's on the defense. He of course, led the team in tackles last season. He's our starting linebacker. And I think the biggest factor for Alex Singleton is, of course, like I said before, we don't know the inside of the locker room. We don't know the locker room dynamics. But I believe Alex Singleton is a very high respected player for the Denver Broncos and a great teammate, and he's going to lead by example. He gives it his all every single play. And so Alex Singleton, combined with all those factors, calling the plays, that's a big responsibility. I think that led to Alex Singleton being named the captain this season. And then for the final captain, who is going to be the special teams captain, because you want to have at least one special teams captain, and you could go your punter, kicker, long snapper. Maybe you could do your returner. It's Will Lutz for the Broncos, and I think this one was fairly obvious. I guess you could have named Marvin Mims as your special teams captain just for his punt returning ability, because he is going to make an impact in the special teams in returning kicks. But it's going to be Will Lutz, which makes sense. He's a veteran guy, and, it would be, in my opinion, it would be between Will Lutz or Riley Dixon. I know I mentioned Marvin Mims, but realistically, I saw it being between Will Lutz and Riley Dixon. Maybe could have been Mitchell Fraboni, but I don't really see a long snapper being a captain. Not that they can't be, but just based off of, I guess, trends and everything. Typically, I would expect it to be either your kicker or punter. And the Broncos are going with Will Lutz, someone who Sean Payton is very familiar with. And yeah, I think Will Lutz is a solid kicker and definitely deserves to be it. Don't know the locker room dynamics, but it seems that him and Riley Dixon are pretty good friends, and Will Lutz leads by example out there on the field. But that is going to do it. Those are the captains for the Denver Broncos for the 2024-25 NFL season. Let me know what your thoughts are, not only the team captains, but the Surtain extension down below. Thank you all so much for watching. My name is Parker, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace out.